our class was just was not as lively as this yesterday. You see?
Yes, it was it. Okay, so before we proceed, Kelechi Babatope, if you can give us a rundown of what we discussed yesterday, briefly, then we can move on.
Ladies first.
Okay, Kelechi. Jasper was also here, so Kelechi, you are muted. Babatope, you go, because ladies first is not working at this moment.
It's okay. I may not be able to recall everything because I can't. But I think one of the things that I remember we discussed yesterday, we look at what is internet. You know, we looked at the internet, the meaning of internet. We looked at websites. We looked at the different types of websites that we have. You know, talking about business website, government, website for government, website for what again? Okay, business, government, social media, and then so on and so forth. And we looked at how to, we looked at search engines, like the Google, like Bing, like is it Ask Now by Yahoo, right? Or Yahoo. Okay, and these are the softwares that helps us to search, the internet for information. And then when the internet is just a network of all millions of computers all over the world, from which you can access information. And then we looked at the difference between the search engine and the search, is it the search button now on the websites? Searching for information on the website and searching for information on the internet. If you're searching for information on the internet, it gives you several, as many websites that have such information that you are looking for. It gives you plenty of them. You may have to filter to know which is really the one that you want or not. Whereas if you are searching, or you use the search button on a website, it gives you information, that relates to your query as it has it on that particular website alone. So therefore, it's advised that when you are searching for information on the internet, you don't just use generic words, you use a specific word, that relates to what the information that you really need. And then you put whatever words you want to be together in quotation marks and so on and so forth, so that it helps to narrow down your search. You don't have to waste plenty of time trying to sift through thousands of information. And then what again did we discuss yesterday? Internet, websites. Of course, we looked at why people, create websites, just to represent your brand, your company, your product, whatever, to the world, to give them easy access to you and your products and services. And I think after that, what again did we learn? I'm trying to remember the topic now.
We talked about copyright, plagiarism.
We talked about copyright. We said that the copyright is the right that you have as the original creator, the original owner of maybe a product. Copyright covers products, inventions, books, and so on and so forth. So it gives you that right over your, over what you have created, and it gives you, people cannot use it without giving you the credit that is due to you. So if you are using, maybe you are using quotations, information from other people work, you need to give them that credit. You need to acknowledge the original source. Makes you, shows that you are an honest person, and also helps more people to know the original source, so that people can, and so how do you acknowledge? We talked about citation. We talked about what again? I think that was another one that was mentioned apart from citation. Talking about referencing the works. And then we talked about plagiarism. Of course, plagiarism means you using another person's work without acknowledging them, using other people's work as if it's your own, and then that does not show integrity, doesn't show honesty on the part of such a person, and they would have robbed the original owner, the credit that is due to them, maybe even some financial whatever that is due to them. And of course, that can also put you on the wrong side of the law, So I think that's about what I can remember now, except if there is another topic that we discussed that I've left out. If I know the topic, I think I should be able to reproduce what was discussed under the topic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Babatope, for summarizing all that happened yesterday. Okay, so let's continue. Can you see my screen? Okay, so we have referencing, research, and word information, and our key takeaways here will be always credit creators when you use their work. So that we explain, and use Windows search tools to find information inside files quickly and confidently. So on your local system, if you want to look for certain items, maybe certain files, certain documents, it can be music, it can be video, you use your file explorer. And we explain that if you want to open your file explorer, you use the Windows logo key plus the E on the keyboard to open your file explorer, or you can just go and click on that yellow icon on that, taskbar. Then searching the internet can give too many results. I think we did this yesterday using keywords, be specific. Okay, let me move on quickly to, okay. Okay, so let's look at our case study, the second case study. Search engines provide search tools that allow you to tailor a search to meet your specific needs. Which option below is used to narrow search result by media type, published date, or color? Is it filters, extensions, cookies, hashtags? Yes. Search engines provide search tools that allow you to tailor a search to meet your specific needs. Which option below is used to narrow search result by media type, published date, or color? So how can you narrow it? Do you use filters?
I'll go for
Hashtag.
Can we get
Filters.
yes?
I'll go for filters.
Okay, filters.
Yes,
Filters.
yes. You use filters for that.
Yeah, filters.
Yeah. So whenever you're doing a search on Google, you can filter the result and be specific. Okay.
Specific, yeah.
Yes. So in teaching this, you need to demonstrate that to the student. So you open Google, you do a search for them to understand why you are saying that. Okay. So you narrow your search using specific keywords, search tools, hashtags. I think we did this. Why do people make websites? But it's fine. You're just going over. So to advertise products or services, to educate people, to entertain or inspire, to challenge ideas or thoughts. Then just because something is online doesn't mean you can copy it or claim it as your own. So this is where we have plagiarism coming in. Are we okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have this interesting, topic, public domain. Have you heard of this before? And what is your understanding of it? Public domain.
Domain is like a website.
Public domain.
Can it be like a public website?
Okay, public website. But once it's a website, it's available to the public. Because once you publish your website, everybody in the world will see it. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Public domain. Yes, I'm just taking some ideas from you.
It's not just your website.
Okay, just a website. Okay, Babatope, Tolu.
I would say that maybe anything in general public now, anything that in the public that everybody can have access to. I'm just speaking this from. They say it's in the public domain. It's known all over the place, so it's nothing hidden. Anybody can have access to it at any time.
Okay.
That's the way I view it.
Okay. So public domain means the work is free for anyone to use. Okay. The work is free for anyone to use and no permission is needed from the creator. So you won't have issues like copyright. Okay. So the examples can be songs, books, movies after copyright expires. So once the copyright expires, there is a limit for that. Once the copyright expires, anybody can use it.
How long does
70 years. 70 years.
Okay.
It lasts 70 years after the creator dies. So as long as the creator is alive, but once he or she dies, then after 70 years, you can use it. So it goes into public domain. So we can look at Michael Jackson. So maybe the next 70 years, all his songs will be in the public domain and people can just use it without, giving credit to the creator or confirming from the creator. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's good. Thank you.
So for works with multiple creators, it lasts 70 years after the last author dies. So the 70 years will start from when you die. So that will be the next generation. So after this, the work enters the public domain. Okay. Then we also have another terminology, Creative Commons. I don't know if you've heard of this before. Creative Commons. Maybe you've come across it.
Of course, I saw it in the last in the practice
questions.
In the past question. Okay, that's good. So what is that?
I have a couple of questions on Creative Commons.
So what is that?
Business, yeah. If you're an IT person, you know.
If you want.
Okay, if you are listening.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
So I think Creative Commons are works that are made free by the creators, by the owners, for the purpose of maybe education, for just we have them in. It could be in art form, it could be songs, it could be pictures, it could be whatever. But the creators have made it public such that people can use it without necessarily having to pay or to without their permission, without having to seek for permission for them to use it. But then I think it's being released under certain terms, under certain terms and conditions, maybe like the volume, like what your purpose of use and so on and so forth.
Okay, great. So Creative Commons is an organization that helps creators share their work safely, and it gives different types of licenses for sharing. And the licensing don't replace copyright, but guide how the work can be used. So why use a Creative Commons license? It tells others what they can and cannot do with the work. Ensures the creators get credit, okay, and makes sharing work easier while respecting copyright laws. Is that okay? Are you okay with these 3 points?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the key takeaways here is not everything online is free to copy. And check if it's public domain or has a Creative Commons license before using it. So if it is public domain, then what it means is the creator has died and it's been over 70 years. So it goes into public domain. But if it is Creative Commons, then they have a platform for helping creators share their work safely. So even though you are using it, you also need to at least have that at the back of your mind that, oh, at least I'm using somebody's work, and I also need to give credit to that individual. So you always give credit to the original creator. So let's look at our third case study. Copyright law provides the creator of a work the exclusive right to say how, when, and by whom the work is used. Which of the following statements is true about content found on the web? A, you can reuse the content found on the web if it was located by a search engine. B, all content found on the web is considered public domain. C, copyright does not apply to content found on the web. And a majority of the content found on the web is copyrighted. So what is the answer?
D.
Is what?
D. D.
B,
D.
yes.
D.
So D, a
D.
majority of the content found on the web is what? Copyrighted. Okay, great. So that is that for level 1 of the information management. So we are now moving into level 2 of information management. Any questions?
Yeah.
Are we,
Yeah.
are we all okay?
And let me ask you a question, please.
Okay, ask.
Okay, you ended by saying public domain, Creative
Yes.
Commons, and copyright law.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what they fall under?
They
You know
all
why?
fall.
Because you have spoken about plagiarism,
Mm-hmm.
copyright. Just
Mm-hmm.
yesterday spoke about citations
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of them. So what's different?
Yes.
Why is it different from this?
Okay. So we are just looking at information management. So the information that we find on the web, we need to get that level of understanding. We need to know what is copyright, what is Creative Commons, what are they about, plagiarism, and the different types of what websites and why people create what websites. And once they are doing that, they are sharing information. So how do we manage that? And how do we situate that within the context of law so that we are not found plagiarizing? So for level 1, we need to know this, okay? Then when we go to level 2, that is when we start doing. But they all fall under information management. Does that make sense?
Yes, it fall under information management.
Yes,
Under what section?
under level 1 of information management. Oh, it's still not clear.
Yes, I'm still not clear. Sorry.
Okay,
What
let
I'm
me.
saying is,
Yes.
I know yesterday you started by saying, you talked about in the internet, search engines, websites, right? And
Yes.
then you started talking about searching for information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I'm asking where you have your copyright, your plagiarism, you have citations, by you referencing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At this Creative Commons and public domain,
Yes.
is it like a continuation?
Yes, it's a continuation.
Or public domain, Creative Commons, copyright law are together like in one segment.
Okay, so we have using digital content. So if you check the top, You have using digital content, and that is where all of these fall under.
Okay.
And these are
You are
digital
saying while
content.
using digital content, you have to consider the public domain, Creative Commons and
Yes.
copyright law.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be sure.
Okay. Okay. So you're okay now, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good, good. Okay. So let's move on to level 2, where we determine digital information needs and requirements, determine the veracity of an individual search result or digital artifact, and manage online data collection, storage, and what retrieval. And that will be the focus of our lesson. So what is the internet? I think we did this. Did
Yes, we did
we?
yesterday. Yes, we did
Yes.
yesterday.
So we went through it. Okay. So do I need to go? No, I need to skip. Okay. So you can search for almost anything online using the right keyword helps you find what you want faster. Then I believe you've all realized this autocomplete feature. So whenever you are searching for something online, as soon as you start typing, then it starts suggesting words for you. Then if it is
Yeah.
in line with what you are looking for, you just quickly go ahead, you click on it, then boom, you get a search result. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
So as you type, the browser may suggest matches. Then you can click the suggestion or use the up or down keys and press what? Enter. So whichever option you decide to go for, you are good to go. Okay. And how do you even start the search? So you can finish typing your words and press enter, or click the search button next to the box. So the search engine checks its database and shows results. So this is about searching for information using Google as our search engine. You can use Bing, you can use Ask, you can use mama.com. So all these are various types of what search engines with their respective databases. Then Google also ranks the result. So search engines rank result by how well they match your what keywords. Then the best matches appear at the top. So I don't know if you've realized this. So whenever you're looking for something, the top 3 or 4 will probably contain the answer that you are looking for. But as you move down the list, then you are getting a lot of irrelevant stuff related to your search. Are we okay on that?
Yes.
Then we also have hidden keywords and SEO, search engine optimization. So some websites use hidden keywords to appear in search results, even though whatever you are searching for has nothing to do with whatever result is what showing up. So they use SEOs, and some also do paid ads. So it will pop up regardless. So this is called search engine optimization. So sometimes a site shows up even if it doesn't seem related to your search. Okay. So the key takeaway here is you use specific keywords for faster, better results, not generic ones, as we explained yesterday. And watch for browser suggestions with autocomplete. And also remember that not every result is perfect. So you need to check carefully. Then we have too many search results. So sometimes a set can give you thousands of results. You don't have time to check them all. So you need ways to make your search smaller and clearer. So you get to a point where you use the Boolean operators. Okay. So how do we narrow? Choosing the file, the type of file you want. So the picture that you see on the screen, give me a second. Can you see my laser?
Yes.
Aha. So fixing a cell phone. So this is obviously Bing. We have all, we have work, we have images, we have videos, we have maps, we have news, we have shopping. So these are the various tabs. Then we also have the filter that we talked about. So if you want to fix a cell phone, do you think going for images will be best or going for
No,
videos?
videos.
Aha. So you need to let the student understand that we have these options available, and you can also what filter. But fixing a cell phone is this not generic? Probably the cell phone you are using is maybe an iPhone, it can be an Android, a specific type. Then you need to what keep what typing till you find exactly what you're looking for. Okay. So you can filter result by the kind of content you need. So we have images, videos, news, web pages. So example, if you want to learn how to fix a phone, you choose what? Videos. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
So this is how you narrow your search result. Okay. And how to do it. Type your search into the search box. So this is the doing bit. So as I've explained, if you're doing this with a student in class, you need to at least pause, open, and demonstrate. But you guys are aware of this, so I don't need to do that. Then click the option you want, such as images, videos, news. Then this keeps your result what? Focused. Are we okay with that? Okay.
Yes.
Then we also have advanced search tools. So search engines have advanced search settings. So you can access them from the settings menu on the result page. And these tools help you find very specific information. So what advanced search can do, you can filter by things like file type. So PDF, images, videos. You can filter looking at website or domain like .gov.edu.org. Then language or characters, the file size, specific website only, and each search engine may offer different options. So depending on you either using Google or Bing or Ask, you have different options for these advanced, search. So you can filter by things like file type, website, domain, file size. Okay. So this is an example of our advanced search option. So private results, spoken answers, even the region settings, current region, you can even pick a country. So you need to explore that with the students. Are we okay on that?
All these things are on search on Google.
Yes, advanced, yes.
Oh, okay.
They are there. Okay. Let me see if I can bring that up. Give me a second. Google.com. Give me a second. Let me reshare. Okay. Can you see? Okay. So when you look at the tools, more search. So when you go to tools, you see advanced search.
Mm.
Aha. So when you go to advanced search, then you can make changes to the settings over here. So the exact word, any of these words, none of these words, numbers ranging from the language. Then I want it maybe coming from Nigeria. Nigeria. So I want it from Nigeria anytime. And if you want a specific site or domain, any format. So I want it in the form of, let's say, okay, let's maintain it at any format. Then I'll say advanced search. Then you can have videos. So you see bellaniger.com. Have you seen it? So that's the use of the advanced search feature. So maybe just take your time and explore that with your students. Are we okay?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where to find the advanced search. Let me share my presentation again. Okay. So I believe you're all good on that. Okay.
Yes.
So the key takeaway here is use file type filters and advanced search tools to shrink your result. So if you know exactly what you are looking for, utilize the advanced search. Be very specific and you should be fine. And this saves time and helps you find exactly what you need. And I think maybe moving forward, we need to study using that more so that at least it will boost productivity. So which of the following set queries will return results containing an exact phrase? Act of kindness within the quote, then act of kindness without the quote, then act of kindness with asterisks, and act hyphen of hyphen kindness. So which of these will give us the result containing an exact phrase? Yes.
It's the first one.
Uh-huh. So it's the act of what? Kindness, the first one. Well done. Okay. Now we come to assessing whatever you've searched for. So how do you know if a search result is good? Are we okay? Are we okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. How do we know if a search result is good? So we need to verify it. So when you search online, not every result is useful. And you can check a few clues to decide if the information is what? Trustworthy. And how do we do that? So when you search online, not every result is useful. So now you need to check the link. So you look at the title and the website link. Then you ask yourself these questions. Does it look like it's trying to sell something? That is one. Does the website end in .edu, which is an education website, .com, a business, .org, an organization, a wiki or blog written by many users? So these clues help you guess what kind of information you will find. Okay, so if I want to find out about the admission fee for a popular university in Lagos, I don't need to go to a news website to find that out. I'll need to go to that institution's website to get the correct information. Then we also need to check the title and the website. So the title should match what you are searching for. And the website name, BBC Wikipedia tells you what type of site it is. And you ask, will this help with my work or project? Then you also need to read the description. So the description gives a short summary. So anytime you do a search, you see a short summary before you click to view the full details. Does it explain the topic clearly, or does it sound more like an advert? Then you also need to check the date. Is the information new or very old? Older information can show what? History. The newer information may be more up to date. So always check the published date, when last it was updated before using it for your work. And you also need to look for reliable fact. So sometimes you need to visit the site to be sure. And good information is supported by facts, comes from trusted organizations, and appears similarly across different websites. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
And digital artifacts like pictures, charts, infographics should match the written word fact. So whatever chart, whatever picture you are looking at, if there's a description, whatever is there on the chart should match with the description. So this is how you can verify if the information you're looking for is good information or bad info. So why reliability matters? So reliable information stays the same on most good websites. So if something happens in London at this minute, BBC will pick it up, Sky News, and all these big news. outlet will just pick it up, and you can even see that they are reporting the same info. So that is reliable information. And even when facts get updated, the core truth stays what? Steady. And this helps you make better decisions in your schoolwork and what? Research. So what's the key takeaway here? Use these checks. You need to check the link. You need to check the title, the description, and the date and fact. Are you okay with that? So anytime you are searching for information, you need to check these: the link, the title, the description that is coming up, the date, and the fact. And these will help you choose good, trustworthy results from the search engine. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Are we all
Yes.
okay? So now let's look at case study 2. So the factors used to assess the veracity of search results include all of the following except A, accuracy, B, bias, C, compliance, D, relevance, E, credibility. So if you want to check the authenticity of your search results, we go through all of these except. Then you need to
Except
give me
B.
the reason why you are saying that. Mhm. So is accuracy part?
Yeah. I
Why
think
is
the answer is
accuracy?
B.
You think the answer
Accuracy,
is
like you just said, a good
Mhm.
search result will stay the same across multiple websites. So it will be accurate across multiple websites. That shows that it's good.
Okay?
Um,
Then we come to bias. So how would you explain that?
well,
Bias
when
does not.
please go
Yes.
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Mhm.
go on.
Okay, bias, right? So
Yes.
from even the word bias, it doesn't show credibility.
Okay.
Okay, so like the question, the factors used to assess the veracity of search results include all the following except it being biased, like not being reliable.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
What
what I
about
feel.
okay?
Mhm.
What about compliance?
It means it complies with the code of operation.
Okay, so compliance is looking at policies,
Yeah,
Policies,
the
quality,
laws.
adhering to
yeah,
policies.
Yeah, the
So
adhering to,
laws.
yeah.
do we have information adhering to policies? The information is on the internet, and what metric are we using to judge that this information is compliant?
So
Can we do that?
for instance,
Uh-huh.
uh, you know, especially in Nigeria today,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have a lot of information on the internet, fake news.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, fake news is non-compliant, right? It's non-compliant. Um, hate speech, that doesn't comply with any known, you get it. So I think any information that any good information on the internet will comply with established codes, laws, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Okay. What about relevance?
Yeah, relevant. It should be relevant. Like it
Okay.
should be needed. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, should be needed. That of course a lot of information out there. But just like the question is still asking, used to
Okay.
assess the veracity of search results. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Then
I
In
think that's
fact,
the
uh-huh.
key word there.
I think for me, relevance should be number one because I know what information I'm looking for. So if
Uh-huh.
what the search
It has to be
engine
needed,
is
yeah.
bringing to me is not relevant to what I need, I just scroll past
Ignore
it.
it.
I go to
Yeah.
the next.
Okay. Okay. Then credibility.
Yeah, it has
Talking
to be
about the source
credible.
from
Uh-huh.
credible, trusted sources.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know that news can break, yes, and people will have different opinions. about the news and they can comment. Can we term them as being biased because they don't share the same opinion with you?
No, they're not being biased. Everybody has the freedom to express themselves. And it's up to you to know what you want, what's relevant to you, and then you go ahead.
So the fact that I don't agree with you will not make me biased.
No, it doesn't.
Right?
Yeah,
but in a sense, I am arguing my point out. So I'm being biased to some extent. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So we do have information on the internet which might seem biased.
Yes, a lot of them.
Yes. Because I just want us to debate on the bias and compliance.
Yes. I think we are talking about it's like talking about objectivity and subjectivity now. And somehow, if there is a topic, any topical issue, right? Everybody wants to express their own opinion, and by expressing your opinion, it's like, in fact, you are expressing your own bias, right? But then I think there is a place where we draw the line between objective commentary, objective reaction to a public discourse or to an issue, right? And a point where I believe I would say that it becomes biased when I now how will I put it? When I put emotions ahead of maybe ahead of the what's it called? How will I put it now? Sorry. Okay. Now it becomes biased when I blindly, when I refuse to look at the core of that issue, right? What I do personally, some of my own way of filtering information, if there is a topic, I don't just look at it from one source. I look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sources. So if out of 5, if 1, 2, 3, 4 agreed on a certain, then one is, I know that this one couldn't be smarter than all the others. Of course, it's possible that on very rare occasions, the majority might be wrong. But most times, you see that when more people talk about the same thing, agree on certain parts of a discourse, then you can say that, okay, I can go with whatever the general majority, I can trust that more than that one person that is completely different from what the others are saying. So I check different sources and I look at the one that so that's one way I try to filter information to know which one is good,
so
one is not good.
Yes. So you see that the biased nature of people are also helping you ascertain the veracity of your search result.
Okay. Yes,
so without the biasness included in it, you will not be able to verify if what I'm searching for is true. I'm just drawing your attention to the discussion here so that at least we get to understand it. So accuracy, bias, relevance, credibility are all good. But compliance, we don't have laid down rules or policies guiding the information that we are searching for. So the answer here is not bias, but compliance. And also have perspective. Do you get it?
Yeah.
That is why I've extended this conversation for us to better appreciate it. Because accuracy, bias, we have different perspective. So the fact that I don't agree with you, yes, I'm being biased So we are looking at two political parties in Nigeria. I don't know your political parties, the two major ones. Then there is an issue. Yes, the facts are there, but I also make my own comment. I also share my opinion, my perspective on that. I'm being biased, and that biasness is also helping you sift through what is true and what is not true. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Aha.
It makes sense, but I would still argue with you.
Let's argue.
It makes sense, yes. But I'll argue it. Let me tell you from my own point. All right. That's why I keep on going back to the question. It says the factors used to assess the veracity, like probably the accuracy, right? The accuracy of search results include all the following, except yes, the accuracy of your search results. You're looking out for it, right? You're also looking out for compliance. Okay, let me just use an example, right?
Okay.
Let us say like you use the phone, how to fix a phone. Okay. If you pick up, you see a lot of searches, right? Now, and maybe you just, man, some people will give it the wrong way. Some will actually give you the information on how to destroy it. On how, yes, you would not know, you just be following blindly. You see some people even coming up on the internet to debunk some, some people coming up to say, quick, easy way to do certain things. They're like, it didn't work. You understand? Yeah. So for me, I don't know if it's the best example I'm using, but for me at this point, when you say compliance,
you go with bias.
No, at this point, I will still go with that. To comply, like even if I'm going to look at it, are there references to? What I'm not trying to say is I don't know if bias, because that bias to me is like unfair.
Okay.
You understand? Like being unfair.
Okay.
Yeah. So why would unfair remarks, encourage you to? I would unfair remarks or presentations encourage you to look for accuracy. It's kind of like, but comparing it to compliance, where laws and every other thing comes into place. Like maybe you need a song on the internet. You also have to go and check, okay, does it permit me to use it? There's certain laws you want to look into and every other thing. That's just my own argument,
Okay.
Okay, let me add this now. Let me come in this way. I think, when I first went for bias also, as the answer, but I think, as Fifi kept asking questions around bias, and I began to suspect that this might not be the answer. And then when he came up with the explanation, and now this is my own understanding of why bias is part of the answer now.
Okay.
Of course, we know that people are meant, everybody has his or her own bias. There is hardly any issue that 100 people will agree together on 100%. That be that little. So I think taking bias as an answer would be that when I'm searching for an information, I have it already in mind that people are meant to be biased over this information. So I am looking for that bias. I'm looking for that one that is not fact-based, that is not evidence-based, that is more or less emotion-based and so on. So once I see that biased nature helps me to know that this cannot be trusted, that this cannot be trusted. So that's how it becomes a tool for you to determine the veracity, the authenticity, the truth of any information that you get on the internet. It's not that bias is not that saying that no, when you see people expressing bias, you go for it. No, it just shows you have that at the back of your mind that people will be. So once you see that, you set it apart that this definitely cannot be trusted, because it's like this person now, you can see clearly that it's not talking based on fact, based on evidence, based on, is this just purely bias? So it becomes a tool for you to test the veracity of that information. That's what I would say.
Are you okay? Kelechi,
Yeah.
you still argue it out.
I think maybe I'm understanding from where he's coming from.
Coming from.
Once there's a biasness, you want to go further to like determine its credibility, if it's true or not.
Yes.
Okay.
So
but I'm just looking at the word. I was just looking at the word in itself,
Yeah, the
the
wording.
word in
Okay.
itself means unfair, like unfair. I don't know if
Okay.
it's bias that really justifies the explanation you are trying to
You see?
give there. That's what
Okay.
I'm just
So
trying to say. I don't know if it's the word
okay.
bias.
Oh,
I
okay.
understand the concept you're trying to bring up, but I don't know if bias is that word that you're supposed to use in that context. That's
Yes.
just what I'm saying.
And this could be a typical question in the exam. So I just want to draw your attention to it. Okay. It's good that we are having this. I like it.
So the
Well
answer is
done.
compliance, right?
It's compliance.
Okay, it's fine.
It's
Yeah.
compliance. But at the first sight of it, without thinking too deep about it, you go for bias.
Yeah,
That's your first.
it just stands out like
Yes, that's your first reaction.
bias. Stop being
Oh,
biased,
bias.
like I beg.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we have another option, collecting online data. So what is online data? So most information you see online is stored in a database. And this is a fact. Whatever you are browsing, at the back end of it is a database. And databases organize data so it can be searched, sorted, and updated easily. And they support websites, apps, and many digital services. Okay. So everyday examples, databases store information for medical records, flight bookings, online shopping, social media, Pinterest, Twitter, or X, and Facebook, blogging platforms using WordPress. And why databases are used can hold millions of records. Okay. And flexible and easy to update. So if you understand how to use SQL, at least insert, update, you use joins, you bring stuff together, try to do some aggregations, but that is another topic for another day. And cloud platforms like AWS allow them to scale quickly. So most people are now moving into the cloud now. Okay. And fast access to large amounts of information. So online stores is one. So website like Amazon use database to display records. You can filter by price, size, color, vendor, ratings. And all these options come directly from the database. So what you see versus what happens behind the scenes. So at the front end, that is what the users interact with. We have buttons, we have menus, we have images, we have filters. So at the front end, that is what happens. Then when you go to the back end, the database is storing all the information. Then users never see it, but interact with it constantly. So whenever you are browsing on the internet, you are interacting with the database at the back end. But on the front end, you see just buttons. You click, then you see the results. You click, it opens, then you are happy. But the majority of the work is at the back being performed by databases. So how websites connect to databases. So web designers build pages that link to the database. So users browse normally without knowing what's happening in the background. And the website pulls the needed data and displays it instantly. So the key takeaway here is databases power most of the online tools we use. They keep information organized, searchable, and easy to access. And understanding them helps learners recognize how digital systems work. So this is where maybe after the IC3, you introduce them to the Microsoft Office specialist access. Okay. Then at least, okay, they get to appreciate databases. Then we also have static web pages. So the content stays the same unless edited by the developer. So my website is a static one. My content is the same. If I want to update it and change the pricing, then I can just go ahead to do that. Then it is built with HTML or XHTML, and browser requests the page, the server sends the same version every time. for static web pages. Then change every time the page loads for dynamic web pages. So the content updates based on what? User actions. So the common languages, the ASP, JSP, CGI, and Perl. So the examples here, filtering items on a shopping website like Amazon is dynamic. So once you select the price range, it filters, then you see all the changes. So user applies a filter. We have the brand, the price, and the category. Browser sends the filter to the server, and the server rebuilds the web page. So a fresh page is sent back showing updated results. So many dynamic pages connect directly to a database. Page pulls and displays data each time it loads, and information updates automatically when the database changes. So these are real life examples. These pages rely on databases, online backing, shopping sites, travel booking sites, music, or product listings. So the page always shows current data because it reads from the database. So this is an example of it. So we've got Amazon. So you can filter maybe the price you want 500 to 750. Then maybe you want other custom rating, savings, and specifics. So once you select the options, then the page updates itself. So it's dynamic. Are we okay with that?
Mm.
So selecting price ranges, brands, or sizes set criteria. Browser sends these criteria to the server, and server runs a database query. Returned results appear instantly on the page. So you've used a database query when you search for an item in an online shop. So when you're querying the database, when you click on the buttons, you search, you are querying, you are selecting from a table, just like in SQL. And you check bank transactions. So when you log in into your banking website, you are checking the transaction, it's filtering, then it gives you information. And you can also track credit card payment and view order history. And the results you see are the output of your search criteria. Are we okay? So this is one example. So we have the flowers. I'm searching for flowers. Then I click on flowers for delivery. Now it gives me this. So these are the options. Then I can continue or proceed to enter my card details and my personal information to make payment. And that will be deducted from my account. Then I can check on my phone. It's been deducted. I give my rating. Then we have another example with Google Forms. So once you fill a form, you are sending your details to a database. And Google Forms usually collect it in Google Sheets, which can be built on as a database. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Are we okay? Hello, are we okay?
Yes, yes.
So online forms, we say, come in many shapes and sizes. Which of the following actions is not an example of a digital form used to collect data? Signing in to your account, registering to receive a monthly newsletter, purchasing a product from an online store, submitting a help ticket, browsing a website for travel ideas. So which of the following is not an example of a digital form used to collect data?
Yes, the E.
The
Browsing
E.
a website for travel ideas.
That is it. So browsing a website for travel ideas. Perfect. Okay. So you finish with level 2. Now you are going to level 3. Okay. So level 3, we are looking at constructing an effective information search and evaluate digital information sources and multiple search results. And this is lesson 17 of the IC3. Okay. So why do we need effective searches? Why do we need effective searches? So this is an advanced level. So too many results online can be overwhelming. And I think in level 2, I showed how to get the advanced feature on Google. So narrowing your search saves time. Focus on the most relevant results. So At least we have a picture of it here. So from all to videos, then be as specific as possible. So dog training in Toronto for Labradors. Okay. Puppy training is too general. So the generic feature, Kelechi, do you remember yesterday?
Yes.
So it
Yes.
shouldn't be generic. So you have to be specific.
Be specific. That's you training in Toronto.
That is it.
Or
So specific. That is it. So specific keywords will definitely equal to what better results. Okay. Then you can filter by file type. So you can limit searches to images, videos, news articles. So search videos for fixed Excel code. And that is something we discussed. Then another aspect of it is the Boolean operators. So when you use and, it means it should include all keywords. Example, dog food and healthy. So I'm not only looking for dog food, I also want the dog food that is healthy. So that is the use of the and. Is that okay?
Boolean? Is that Boolean?
Yeah, Boolean. Yes, that's Boolean. Okay, and
I use this a lot.
that's good. Then the all meaning what? Include either keyword. Okay. So whether you find this or that, I want it. I want the result. So soccer leagues, national or international. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Then not, which is exclude a keyword. So I want everything, but not this. So dog food and not rice.
Yes, everything apart from rice.
That is it. So anything which is dog food and not rice. Then we have the near keyword within what? 10 words of each other. Okay. So anchor. So using HTML set up object. So the anchor here links to a page. So anchor tours, then host pages from a specific site. So I'm doing a search, but I want the result from FIFA.com. So that is the meaning of host. So I want it from a specific site. That is where you use the host colon, then the website address. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Are you saying using HTML search objects?
Yes, using HTML search object. So I'm searching online. I want information, but that information should come from this website. So if you want to use that, use host, then colon, then you type the website address. So that all the information that the search result will bring up will be from that website, not any other site. And this would need a lot of practice. Okay. Then we have image. So I want the image coming from what? Siberia. So pages with images. So the image, that is what? Siberia. So I want all the pages that contains images that has something to do with what? Siberia. Then it will just pop up. Is that okay?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
That's talking about search engines, right? Using these things on search engines, right? Or websites.
Yeah, you use it on search engines.
Okay, so are you saying that you can just type like anchor, then that semicolon toast?
Yes, so the toss is an example.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that. Are you saying that you can just say anchor, then whatever it is you want?
Whatever it is that you want. Then
without that with the semicolon there.
Yeah, with a semicolon there. So once you do,
what's that word, sir?
sorry, it's a colon. It's a colon.
Colon, yeah, colon.
Yes. Yeah. So once you do that, it will give you links to those specific web pages that contains that keyword. Okay.
Oh,
yes,
interesting. Interesting. I'm just saying that.
Is it possible to just demonstrate this? Can we just show one example?
Yes. Give me a second.
I'm trying it on my system, and it's actually I've never used this method before.
And you see, it's working, right?
Yes.
People don't know about this.
That's what I was asking. Is this still the search engine you are talking about?
Yes, it's a search engine.
Wow, and it worked though. It worked really well.
It worked, right? Uh-huh.
I
So
feel
don't
like
take my
going
word.
to carry my laptop now.
You are carrying your laptop. Uh-huh.
I said, I
So
feel
with
like
this,
going to carry my laptop now, and
so with
you know,
this, you do it with a student.
Connecting.
You see the beauty of it.
Yeah, really. I never
Aha.
knew. I've never even heard of that. I was like asking, is it HTML search objects? Like,
Aha. So we're going to use, let's say, give me an example.
that's anchor. Even
Uh-huh.
the one you used really worked. Anchor, color,
Uh-huh.
tours.
Okay.
It worked
And,
well.
and what are you getting?
A lot of tones.
Aha.
A lot of tones.
So when I come to all, I go to images,
Different types. It doesn't even just
different,
restrict
that is it.
anchor. Anchor different type of
Travel and
tour.
tours. Have you seen? So it's very specific and it takes you to websites that contains what? Tours, right?
Mhm.
So let's say Anchor, Microsoft Office. Let me use IC3 digital literacy. Certification vouchers. So Cisco instructors, we're not getting that. So digital skills for entrepreneurs. So this is DTC what? Nigeria. Okay. So it's not giving us much info on that. Anchor Moss voucher. Let's see.
Mine gave me Certiport, gave me
Certiport.
American University, gave me
Uh-huh.
Prodigy, gave me Northern University.
Uh-huh.
He gave me everything IC3, even on
That is
Amazon.
it.
Give me
Then
Lucian,
host.
yeah.
So host. I'm trying the host. Certiport. So host, then I can say what? Certiport.com.
Mhm.
So now I can see Iffy here. Okay. I can see Microsoft certified Azure fundamentals. So anything related to what? Certiport. You can see Cisco Certiport will host the blah, blah, blah. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's totally fine.
Yes. So you will need a lot of practice on that. So that is what you'll basically be doing.
Most people don't use this method. I don't know, it's not even common at all.
Yes, it's not. Give me a second, 1 minute.
Maybe programmers will be using it.
Are we okay with that, please?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so we can continue. And these are interesting stuff, but people don't use it. So that's why you're doing the IC3. I hardly use them anyway. Then the sites, pages within a specific website. So site ccilearning.com. So most search engines allow file format, website/domain, the date, text or phrases, access via the settings, which is the advanced search. So I think we went through this using Google. Yeah. So let's look at our case study one. So Francisco wants to find out if a public domain image he found online is available in a higher resolution. Which of the following online resources will report all appearances of an image online? tinyeye.com, shazam.com, snoops.com, allsize.com.
Hmm.
So which of these, online resources would help us report all appearances of the image online. I know that Shazam is for music, right?
I don't know. I don't know all these websites. What they are.
You don't know. Okay, you don't know it, then it's fine. So
I
it's
think Shazam is for music.
yes, Shazam is for so 10i.com. So you can search online, try and go to that website to see what is there. Snooze.com to see what is there, then allsize.com to see what is there. And let me know what you find, Kelechi. So 10i.com.
10i.com.
Is it
Reverse
about
image
images?
search. Yeah, image.
That is it. And Shazam I know is it's a music platform. So Shazam.com should also be part. Yeah. And Snoops I don't know what is used for, but you can look at it. Then allsides.com.
Snoops is submit a rumor, like rumor.
Okay, rumor. Okay.
Politics.
Snoops. Okay. Politics. Okay. Okay. Then all sides.
All sides of it. I'm not sure.
Allsides.com.
My laptop is not as fast as my phone.
Okay, no problem. So that is that. Okay. Then let's look at case study 2. So Boolean operators are tools that allow you to narrow or broaden your search. Of the options listed here, which Boolean operators are used by search engines? Include, and, or, equal to, not. Which Boolean operators are used by search engines?
And.
It's more than one.
Okay, and or not.
Okay, so and, or, and what? Not. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. So finding a high resolution image online, use 10i.com to track all what occurrences. So Boolean operators used in search engines and or not. Okay, and researching online information. So anyone can publish online. You need to check accuracy. Visit trusted websites first, reputable organizations. Compare information across multiple sources. Okay. So you need to check for accuracy, fact and statistics, authenticity, who wrote it, objectivity, is it biased? Okay. Then the currency, how recent is it? Then coverage, does it cover the topic fully? So this is how you evaluate information. The AA, double AO, double C. So AAOCC. So question to ask about a website, are there spelling or grammar errors? So if you see spelling or grammatical errors, then it means that no, this website is a suspect. Yeah. Then are authors qualified? Is the URL trustworthy? Is it an education website, a government website, a .org or a .com? Are references and sources included? Does the page show bias or a slant? So the additional checks, look at about us or mission pages, check last updated date, look for ads, may indicate commercial intent, check forums, blogs, or wiki content for balance of opinions. So the key takeaway here is be specific with such keywords, use filters, Boolean operators, and advanced search tools, always evaluate information for. Are we okay? Then check multiple sources and form your own opinion. So, Kelechi, you see, we form our own opinion, which might be biased to some extent.
Biased, yes.
So now you get it now while we were arguing.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know
Okay.
if bias is the right word. I understand where you guys are coming from, but like, The word
Uh-huh.
bias in that context, like just being unfair. Only
Yes.
understood, like you trying to test how credible it is by asking
That is
questions.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So one characteristic of content presented on a website, that is good indicator of an inaccurate representation or biased perspective is when weak or faulty reasoning is presented to support an argument. This characteristic is known as socio-political bias, commercial bias, logical fallacy, inferential bias. So what is that? Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me read the question again. It says,
Okay, read.
one characteristic of content presented on a website that is a good indicator of an inaccurate representation or biased perspective is when weak or faulty reasoning is presented to support an argument. This characteristic is known as weak. Is it inferential bias?
Inferential. Why do you
I
say
think I will
inferential?
go for.
Why I said so, because I don't know, one characteristic of content presented on a website that is a good indicator of an inaccurate presentation or biased
Mhm.
perspective is when weak or faulty reasoning is presented to support an argument. When something is not strong enough to support an argument. Not inferential bias.
I will go for
logical fallacy.
fallacy. Logical fallacy.
Because I'm looking at faulty reasoning.
Yes. When you talk of reasoning,
logical. It's not
that's to do
logical.
with
It's not
Logical.
No.
That is it.
Yeah, it's logical fallacy.
It's logical
That is
fallacy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, since it's
Are we
faulty
okay?
reasoning. Yeah.
Okay. So read this question and let's see.
Which term is used to describe information being presented in a way that fits a particular perspective? Balance, bias, favorable, conservative. Which term is used to describe information being presented in a way that fits
a particular perspective?
Balance.
No, that's bias.
Perspective. Bias.
Okay.
Okay.
Bias.
Yes, it's bias.
That's bias.
Yes. So that brings us to the end of information management. Levels 1, 2, and 3 completed. Well done. Any questions?
Thank you.
So our next will be.
I'm gonna work on this bias word.
Yes, work on the bias.
Change my perspective about
Yep.
it.
Yes.
Change your bias about it.
I'm telling you.
That is it. So I'll work on the content creation, try to complete level 1, 2, and 3. Then when we meet, we use about 2 days to complete it. Then we move on. Okay. I keep working on the practice exercises, keep solving them just to improve your score. Okay. Okay.
We have two practice questions ready.
Level 2?
Yeah.
No, it's just the level 1. You're preparing for the level 1 on Sunday, right?
So
I'll work on the level 2.
Okay.
Then work on the level 3. So I want you to come again.
Sorry for interrupting you. That level 1, is it you just sent only 2 practice questions, right?
Yeah, it's only 2. Yes.
So all the questions usually come out from any of those. That's the mix of the 2.
Yeah, it's not going to come out of the mix of the 2, but it gives you an idea of what to expect. That will be the nature of questions. Okay. Is it okay?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Bye
you
bye.
very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
You.
Enjoy the rest of your day.